All right. We live. I must start talking because I'm not one of these streamers that's going to wait till people come into the room to start talking because I'm going to be waiting for eternity. But, anyways, I wanted to talk about this. And the reason why I'm doing this live and not making this like, its own video, although the playback will still be on it's going to be on the channel for as long as the channel exists. So you can watch the playback if you want to, if you don't make the live, or if you just want to re-educate yourself on how to greet a black person. But I'm doing this live for two purposes. Number one, so I can go live on this channel more often. Um, Try to, the greedy capitalist in me is trying to uh, get monetization, or at least be eligible for monetization on this channel, on YouTube in general. So therefore, being going live is one of their qualifications, or a certain amount of live viewers is part of their qualifications. So that's one reason. But the main reason, and yes, money isn't the main reason. Shocker, right? But the main reason as to why I wanted to go live and do this very topic here is because, just in case anyone wanted to have questions, or if they had questions or comments that they wanted to say, instead of me, I can say these things like actually live. Now, obviously, you can comment on the video live. I mean, on the video as well afterwards on the playback, or whatever you want to call it, right? You can comment on it afterwards, and leave your comments there or questions there as well. And again, I'll do my best to answer them, if it's a genuine question, right? If it's some troll shit, which I assume is going to be the bulk of the response to this, then it's fuck you, like always. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ignore you. I might even block you. You know what I'm saying? But as you can see from the title, I'm here to talk about, because I feel as though unfortunately you have to do this in the year of 2026, the year that's been provided to us by our Lord and Savior, right? But no, in the year 2026, somebody black has to come out and say this shit, because apparently folks don't know. Apparently folks don't know how to talk to a black person in the year of our Lord and Savior 2026. Still people don't know how to talk to black folks. Sounds ridiculous, right? Until you experience it yourself, and then it's not ridiculous, right? Even if you are someone that might be black and you're like, I don't experience this at all. Number one, cool. If you don't experience it, but I do. I have many other black people that I've seen, and there's literally running jokes about this experience that I'm about to detail, because it's something that is true, that's happened to many black folks. All right. So this is a real life example I'm about to give out, right? I am walking. This is the other day when I went on my walk, right? I am walking, and I walk the same path every day that I go for my walks. I always try to get my 10K steps. It ends up being more than 10K, of course, but that's the aim, is to hit at least 10,000 steps. So I walk the same path every day. I do that, and so I'm walking back, and one of the paths is on the beach that's near my house, right? So I'm walking back home this time instead of walking on the beach to the rest of the path. So I'm walking back, and as I'm walking back, it was a real nice day. It's real nice out now today. I already did my steps, but it was nicer than it was pretty much nice the entire day. So it's a real nice day. Everybody is out. People are literally on the beach because that's how nice it was. I think it was 70 that day. So of course, people gonna be out. I'm walking back. Two Indian guys are also walking the same path. And this is not some path that I walk alone. There are always somebody on that path and stuff, right? I don't always have interactions with the people on this path, but today was the day. And I had multiple interactions with other people as well that day, all strangers, and this is the only one that that annoyed me, to be honest with you. The other ones didn't annoy me at all. And I'll get to that. But I'm walking back, and essentially, right, these two Indian dudes are walking forward, right? So they're walking forward, I'm walking back, right? They're on one side of the sidewalk, I'm on the other side, essentially. And I'm doing what I always do on my walks. I'm on my damn business. I'm walking. That's what it is, you know. I don't listen to music anymore. I'm not on. I That's usually the time if someone wants to chat with me on the phone or FaceTime. My walks is usually the time I will then entertain that. Other than that, I don't really like talking to people on the phone. To be honest with you, it just really depends on who you are. Most of the time, no, though. So if you are someone that's like you want to chat with me and stuff like that, usually it's going to be the time where I'm walking, because the reason why I don't like chatting with folks, aside from me being an introvert, is I don't like sitting down and just chatting. You know, I got to be doing something, because being on the phone and then just chatting to me is just a waste of time, for me personally, right? But so I'm walking, and again, like I said, they're walking the opposite direction. I walk past them. All right, we walk past each other. One of the Indian dudes says to me, "What's up, dog?" No, let me say it in his voice. "What up, dog?" So he says it. He says, "What's up, dog?" And then he smiles at me. He does this, and then a big old smile and shit, right? But prior to me walking past them, like I can obviously see them and stuff, and they see me, but they weren't necessarily paying attention to me, and I don't really pay attention to nobody and stuff. I just pay attention enough so I know not to walk into people, obviously. But it's not like I was looking at them, like throughout the entire time I was walking and hoping they would say something, or planning on saying something to them. It was the usual, I'm walking so I can go back home, you know? Um, so they're the whole time they're speaking though to each other, and they're speaking in their language. I'm gonna say Indian language. I know there's Tamil, there's some other languages that I might be mistaking. Within in India, there's like different, like, I don't want to say cultures. Maybe there is different cultures, but there's different. Pretty much, there's different groups, and in that country, right? So the languages might be different. So I can't pinpoint specifically, but I don't care to pinpoint specifically. We're not talking about the Indian folks and their language in this video or whatever, right? Plenty of other videos on YouTube if you want to be educated on that. But so they're speaking to each other in their language. But when I'm walking past them, one of them, not both of them, one of them, he says, "What's up, dog?" I didn't take kindly to that response. I'm just as if it wasn't obvious. I didn't like that response. I mean, I didn't like it. Well, I didn't like his response, and I didn't take kindly to it. Now, I didn't say anything to him, but going forward, since this video is out, I told myself, listen, you can either go off on dude, because the moment that he said it, I was like, you can go off on dude, or you could just let people know, because now this has happened to you on more than one occasion, to where I feel like now I got to tell people, or at least talk about it online. And then whatever happens afterward, if that guy, if I ever see him again, or anybody else try to greet me or say something to me or talk to me in their early 2000s black slang book, you know what I'm saying, black vernacular, black, black sense or whatever, right? Then I'm going to correct them, you know? But with him, it was just like, I gave him a look and he kept smiling, and then I just kept walking. His buddy that was with him said something in Indian or whatever specific Indian language they were speaking. It probably was something racist, but he said something to him, and I didn't listen to them the entire time. I couldn't. They probably continued talking or whatever, but honestly, it was one of those moments where it's like I just tuned them out, and I was like in my head throughout that entire time, rehearsing what I was gonna say here, and pretty much, to be honest with you, calming myself down from going off on dude, because I don't like that shit. First of all, like I said, no, that early 2000s black talk, y'all. I don't know what white individuals or what the government with the man, but no, I don't know where y'all getting this idea of in 2026 that black people are still going around calling each other dog or saying what's up dog, you know what I'm saying, like speaking like again like it's this is fucking 2000, you know what I'm saying, like not even in 2006 were we doing that. Like let's be real. And if I'm saying that slang is from the 2000s black talk vocabulary book, it's really from the fucking 1980s and 90s. Like let's be real. Like it's really 1996 if we talking the last time people were talking to each other like that. You know what I'm saying? Inner city folk or black folks was talking to each other like that, right? You know, maybe DMX kept it alive during the 2000s, but like I said, 2000 2000 is like 2000 2001 2 cutoff point. But even if black folks were still going around saying what's up dog when we greeted each other, does not give you the right to go around and think black person, all of them talk that way or all of them like to be greeted this way. I want to be friendly with one, so I'm going to start saying these things, right? Now, I'm not saying that if you are not black, you can't use black slang, right? You can't use all of it, but you know, there's definitely certain words that are not the N word that other races, other nationalities can use. But you know, we'll get into all of that stuff later on. To those who are gonna watch this playback, right? Because ain't nobody here. To those who are gonna watch this playback, if you are gonna watch this play black, pay. I can't even speak now. Play back later. There are simple ways to greet a black person if you see them. You know, use the words that already exist. Hi, hello, hey, even if you want to keep it a casual, friendly thing, right? If hi and hello are too formal for you, hey is one that I and other black people respond to. Hi, hello. These are ways in which you can say hi or greet a black person that are not offensive, they're not disrespectful, they don't stereotype us all, they don't bog us down into, oh, black people talk like this, so I got to use this word if I want to greet this person. No, nigga. We say hi, we say hello, we say hey. How are you? What's going on? You know, if you want to teeter on the black talk, but don't make it so obvious that you're trying to fucking, you know, because you wouldn't greet a white man like that. And that's what I pretty much said to do, because I did respond a little bit. I was like, would you wouldn't greet a white man like that? And then I continue walking. And then I continue saying the rest of what I would have said to him in my head. But going forward, if I, like I said, since this video was out or it's going to be out, there's going to be I won't feel the need to I guess shut myself down anymore because it's out there, and I'm not everyone in the world is going to see this video. Not even the subscribers. People subscribe to the channel all the time and don't watch the shit that I post. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but me knowing me, I at least put the message out there. It's still on the internet, whether people see it or not. It's still on the internet, and therefore that means people can see it. Like I said at the beginning, this video is going to be on the channel for as long as the channel exists. This is not a video I'm gonna what's it called, blacklist, whitelist, whatever it's called. It's not a video I'm putting on private. It's not a video I'm putting on blacklist. It's not a video I'm deleting. YouTube, they got a problem with this video for whatever reason. They can deal with it. If they delete it, then I'll let y'all know, hey, they deleted it. I will have zero problems with doing this again and just making it a Substack exclusive or putting it on Substack because it's not going to get deleted there. But after this video goes up, if I experience something like that again, I'm correcting folk. Because just because you probably said it to some other black person, here's the thing. Just like not every black person's gonna want to be greeted like, "What's up, dog? What's up, player? What the, my brother?" And then you put your fucking hand up, like, nah. If I don't have that relationship with you, if we don't have that agreement, if that's not how our relationship dynamic was, which is not, because I didn't know these dudes. Like I said, I had interactions with other people that day as well. Didn't know any of them. When I was first starting that day, when I first was starting the walking trail, a lady stopped me because she liked the sweatpants that she had liked my entire outfit, but she liked the sweatpants that I had, especially, and the shoes. Um, you know, um, when I go out, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though I dress comfortably, but I dress comfortably in a way that I feel as though is stylish to me or whatever. I dress like me is what I'm saying. But she liked what I was wearing, and so she pretty much asked me where I got my stuff. I told her where I get my stuff. Link in the description box for those, because I try to, this shirt, I didn't make this shirt, right? And the pants that I got on right now are not, pants that I've made, but I try to, at least once a week wear something that I've made, meaning like from my own clothing brand, right? I want to get to a point where everything that I wear is from my own clothing brand, but that's neither here or there for this video. But pretty much links in the description box below if you would like to get complimented on the things that you wear outside as well. But yeah, she pretty much said she liked she said she liked my style. And she this is again not a black person saying this, right? Um, she was like, "You look like Kendrick Lamar." Yeah. Or like I gave her the Kendrick Lamar vibe, and then she started going off about how much she's a fan of Kendrick Lamar, right? I didn't take offense to that. I didn't take offense to that. I didn't take offense to her statements at all. Let me make that clear. Right. I took it as a compliment. I laughed at it like I laughed at it, just now. And I thanked her for that. Right. And then I continued walking. We went our separate ways. Again, I don't know this lady. I think she was with her, like she was like on the older side, and the younger man she was with maybe was her son, grandson. I don't know. But she was with like a younger gentleman. Maybe it was her sugar baby. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know these people, is what I'm trying to convey to y'all. That I do have friendly, I can have friendly interactions with strangers that involves my exterior, and it not be a fucking racist, although people are going to be like, she only called you that because you're both black, right? All black people look alike. You may have interpreted that comment that way, and maybe that's a bit of part that may have been a part of her statement. But I personally didn't take offense to it. Just like if another black person was greeted the way that I was greeted the other day by those Indian men, or the one Indian man that was with his friend or whoever he was, they might not take offense to that. I bring these examples up just to say it's another example that black people are obviously not a monolith. What one of us might find offensive, another might not, right? That doesn't mean going around calling people the N word, or going around saying "What's up, dog," or saying some other bullshit, or saying to a black person they look like a black celebrity that you're a fan of, even if they resemble them or not. It doesn't mean going around doing that goofy shit. It simply just means that if you were to say something like that, um, you might find somebody who takes that as a compliment. You might find someone who laughs it off. You might find someone that might be offended by that statement, but also just doesn't say anything about it because they're like, it's a stupid statement and I would look dumb being offended by it, right? You never know. It's an individual thing at the end of the day. Just like how black folks don't all like to be greeted on some "What's up, dog." I would be again, as I've said to dude and say to everybody else out there who think it's okay to just greet, because like I said, it's not my first time somebody non-black thought it they were trying to relate to me or trying to be friendly with me by using slang or trying to have a black scent or some shit like that, when it's like, just say hi, just say hey. It's not my first experience. Now I will say it's happened. I can count on one hand the amount of times in my life that has happened, but it's damn near approaching two hands. That's number one. And number two, it's happened more than enough for me to again want to talk about it, or for me to say at this point in time I'm going to correct people. I have done it in the past. One time I did correct somebody who who was white and called me the who used the N word. Again, didn't know this dude, right? Didn't know this dude personally. Let me put it that way. We did have somewhat of a relationship, but I was working at a store and he was some bum that used to come to the store all the time. And then since I treat every human being like a human being, I saw a human being, whether he's homeless or not, I treated him like a human being. And that was that. And because I treated him with respect, I guess he grew a liking to me. But to the point to where I guess he felt that he can use the N word. And it's like, I don't care how bummy you are. I don't care how friendly you think we are. Don't say that shit. And then he went on this whole spew of, because I did correct him. He went on this whole spew about how we are just the same because he's poor and I'm not rich or whatever the case is. Like we're both poor class or working class motherfuckers. And I'm like, I don't give a shit if I was homeless like you, nigga. Don't say that shit. If you say it one more time, I don't care how long we've been friends. It's only been like a couple weeks since I was talking to dude, but I'm like, I don't care how long I don't care how comfortable you are. Do not say that shit to me. Now, if you talk to them other bum niggas, like the actual niggas, the black ones, and they're okay with you saying that, that's them. But if you coming over here to this damn store and you want to talk to me, do not use that word, because I will beat your ass and I don't give a shit about this job. He knew how much I didn't give a shit about that job. That's why he stopped saying that around me. He used to hang around this other homeless woman who, or this homeless woman who was black, and I guess she gave him the okay. I'm here to tell y'all right now, again, those who are gonna watch this playback, I don't care how many black friends, black girlfriends, black boyfriends, black people who say it's okay for you to call them a dog, use the N word, say that is not the case for all of us. It's not the case for all of us. Don't assume because your black girlfriend or your black friends are okay with you saying my nigga, that every black person then is okay with you saying my nigga. Because you might get a reaction like I had to tell dude. Number one, you wouldn't greet a white person this way. You wouldn't even say, hey dude, what's up, Chad? You're such a bro, dude. If you were to see a white person, you'd say hi. You'd be respectful. Right? But when it comes to me and you see me, right? And you're like, I would like to say something to this black person because whatever's running through your damn head that made you want to say something to me, right? Maybe it's just my aura, right? Say hi. Like I said, say hello. And if you want to keep it informal, hey. I'm real big on hey. I respond to hey. You know what I'm saying? I know the black elders. Hey to a horses. I heard that a lot. My dad used to say that a lot. Um, they taught us not to respond to hey. You know what I'm saying? I get what they were saying, but me personally, that's not one of the lessons that I took as a child. If you say hey to me, I will respond. I don't take offense to it. I'm not thinking, oh, are you calling me a horse? I don't. Nah, I'm not. Going that far. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say something, but nah. Let me keep it. Let me keep it appropriate. Oh man. But anyways, man, like, do not do not come over here. I'm letting y'all know right now because I saw people popping in and out. Whether you're watching this live, you're gonna pop in and watch this live, or you're gonna watch the aftermath, whatever it's called, right? You're gonna stumble across this video some way, somehow, right? Do not greet black people in the stereotypical way that you think you want that we would want to respond to. Now I'm only gonna say this next part as a slight benefit of the doubt. If you are the type of person where you are tired of putting on a mask of being an uptight citizen, right? And you would like to use more slang, right? Like naturally who you are is someone who is very, I guess, informal, right? You're a very much chillax, down to earth, informal, in quotation marks type of individual. I still say wait until you establish that relationship with that black person before you start using quote informal language with us. Establish that rapport with them first. Don't just assume, oh my God, a black person. I can finally relax. Oh my God, look how stylish he is. Look how chill he just looks. I can relax around him. He looks so relaxed, so I can just be myself. I don't have to. Nah, nigga, still say hi to me at the very least. Or again, a very much informal hey, because hey is very much informal. It's very inviting. It's very informal. As someone who works with, as someone who's a writer, so I'm a wordsmith. I work with words. I understand the. And this is why it's very much important. Like this is a big issue with me. Aside from the race element, I'm a fucking writer. I can't help it. I can't help the fact that words mean things. Words have feelings. Words have connotations. To you, words might be just words, right? And to another black person who was watching, you're overreacting, man. You're overreacting. It could be one, you a punk ass black person, so you don't want to. You think me calling this shit out is stirring the pot? I'm stirring the pot over here. You know what I'm saying? So me calling this shit out stirring the pot, so that's why you're gonna say I'm overreacting. Two, you can't pick up on this stuff. I'm just gonna flat out say you stupid. You can't pick up on the racist microaggression that talking slang to someone black is. You can't pick up on that, so you're too dumb to even partake in this conversation if we're really being real. Three, you generally just don't care, and that's fine. Four, you don't know the impact of words because you're not someone who works with words. Simply because you use words on your daily basis, because obviously when we're speaking, we're using words to communicate. We don't always use words to communicate, but the majority of our communication, our daily form of communication with strangers and people we know are with words. So I understand that, but you don't, that's not what I mean by working with words. Working with words is what I mean, or at least part of that is again someone who is an author, someone who you might write music, or you know you write screenplay writers, or someone who literally words is a part of their creation, their job. That's me. So that stuff is important to me. So if an Indian man, Indian woman, or a non-black individual were to say, What's up, dog? And I'm looking at them and I'm like, number one, I don't know you, nigga. I don't know you. So we don't talk this way to each other. So therefore, you can't say that to me. Number two, well, I always say number one with my thumbs up. But number two, the fuck you mean by that? Like, first of all, we're in 2026, like I said earlier. We in 2026, not 2000, not 1996, not 1986, 2026. Don't nobody talk like this shit no more. But again, y'all have this old school black talk vocabulary book that y'all keep in y'all mind, and y'all think that all black people still dress like 50 Cent did back then with the cats, the tank tops, and the baggy jeans, and the big old chain, and what up, Doug? What up, gangster? Yeah. You still think we that's what you see when you see black folks. Like, get the fuck out of here. So, like, yeah, all that shit. And even if I wasn't an author, because even before I knew writing was like something I was, I was destined to, I was very cognizant of stuff like this. So I'm not even gonna attribute all of it based off of just me being a writer, being an author, a screenplay writer. But most definitely, it's the wording aspect of it. And like I said, that is a big bother. And again, the wording aspect of it wouldn't be an issue if we had that relationship. But we didn't. This was a stranger, just like I was a stranger to them. They might live in the same neighborhood as me. They might be living in one of these apartment buildings that I don't know. I don't know all of my neighbors. Literally, the only people I know are my roommates, my immediate neighbors, literally the people that live right next to me, and some folk that I've been knowing around, that I've been seeing around the neighborhood for years, that I've been living here for years. Even some folk I grew up with who are still out here. That's it. And that's very few in between. I used to have fam out here. They're not out here anymore. Or some family out here. They're not out here anymore. But it's not everybody's. But even if we still did live in like, if they still live out here, I mean, not still, but if the people that I ran into lived out here, so what? So what? Again, you wouldn't greet a white man like that. I don't know if he would even greet another Indian man like that. I don't know. If I was an Indian man, right? And I was walking on my walk. If I was another Indian man, he did not know at all. I feel as though he would greet me again in a respectful manner. That's number one. And if he were to speak in the language that they were speaking before I approached them, or they approached me, or we approached each other, he would use an inviting word that they might use over there, right? Or he'd simply say hi. You know what I'm saying? He would say hi, he would say hello, or he would say hey, whether he would say these words in their language or in English. But every time when it comes to black people, you have some non-black folks who think they're, like I said, their early 2000s black talk vocabulary book is how you talk to a black person. And that's why I'm like, if you're looking at this title, whenever you watch this and you're like, this title seems ridiculous. This very concept of people not knowing how to fucking talk to black people is ridiculous. That's why I have the title the way that it is. It is ridiculous. You're right. But the experience that I've had multiple times, this isn't the first time. Like I've mentioned, there have been white dudes, there have been people in general, again, non-black people, whenever they want to say hi, And it was always strangers. It was, again, people that I have rapport with, non-black people that I have a rapport with. One, they don't feel the need to use a black scent or use slang to connect with me, and we still have a great connection. That's number one. But the ones who will talk in slang, they not only do it respectfully, but it's a genuine use of the words that they use. It's not forced. It's not, I'm talking to Ernest this way because he's black and this is how you talk to black people. No, it's, I'm talking this way because although it is AAVE, this is something that I genuinely, this is a word, or this tone or whatever is genuinely how I'm expressing myself. And I can get with that. No matter your race, no matter your nationality, I can get with that if that is the case. But as a conversation starter, get the fuck out of here. Not over here. Go find the black folks who will be so excited for your non-black ass to go talk to them. Because that's another one I forgot to mention. There's the ones who are too scared to say something. Because you don't want us to, you don't want us people to hate us so much. We already have enough. Let's be friendly and nice and non-combative. This is why people hate black people, because of people like you. You got them punk asses, but then you also have the ones who are just, the same as them, but they take it a step further, and they're just so happy to have a non-black friend. They're just so happy to know a non-black person that they're willing to accept anybody talking to them any way possible. But a black person wouldn't even be able to talk to them that way. Those are the black people who be like, "You're not my brother," or "You're not my sister. Don't call me bro. Don't call me sis." Or don't like I like bro, brother and sister. Like if you were to say that, those are the black people that say you're not that to me, but would be very much okay with that Indian man saying to them, "What's up, dog?" Or somebody treating them like, again, our early 2000s rap stereotype, you know? So, just to reiterate once again, I've been on long enough. This wasn't even, I didn't intend for this to be as long as it is, but I feel as though now I got it off my chest, so I feel good. How to greet a black person: hi, hello, hey. Something as simple as that. If at some point of your relationship with said black person, you all establish boundaries, a rapport with one another, to where you don't have to be so formal with the greeting, then by all means, that's you all's relationship. I have zero input on it because if it has nothing to do with me, I have zero input on it. But if that's something that you establish with me, right? And then of course, once we establish that relationship, that can be part of it. Don't assume simply because you said it to some other black person earlier that day, or some other black person some other time, that we all gonna respond the same way and not say a goddamn thing, or just be happy and giddy that your non-black ass talked to us. Because like I said, not all of us are a monolith. Not every black person is so happy and giddy to be seen by non-black people, or to be around amongst white people or non-black people. I could give a fuck less. I'll tell y'all shit right now. I'll tell y'all right now. I've said this a few times and I'll say it here again. Desegregation was the worst thing that happened to black folks. Y'all can feel however you want to feel. The reason why segregation was tough on us is because we got the short end of the stick, and then when we were thriving, outsiders kept doing whatever they could to fuck our shit up, right? But desegregation didn't fix that. Desegregation didn't fix that at all. It made shit worse. You know? If that's something you want me to talk about, I'll talk about that, but on Substack, and that would be a Substack exclusive. So you're gonna have to subscribe to Substack. That's in the description box below as well, if you want to check out in the description box. But yeah, I don't care to be liked by No, I don't go out of my way to be hated. I'm not saying you gotta be a black person to befriend me, right? But if you think that simply because I'm out here in Boston, Massachusetts, that I'm one of these black folks that's gonna one stay here because I want to be amongst the whites, and it's so eclectic out here, right? You think if you think that's how I get down, you got me fucked up. Go speak to the black libtards that are out here. This ain't one of them, bro. This ain't one of them. I just happen to be out here because I was born here. I didn't choose to be born in Boston, you know. But I can choose how I get down. I can choose how I behave, and I can also choose how I decide on who's friendly, who's not, who I get along with, who's not, and what how people treat me, you know, or what I'm willing to accept, right? And stuff like that. What's up, dog? When we don't have that relationship, when you not from where I'm from to even say that, nah, like it's not gonna slide. That brother, because that's the one I've gotten the most. Brother, like I said, early 2000s. We don't say that shit to one another no more. We don't. I'm giving y'all like, and I should have just kept it quiet. If y'all really thinking black folks, what then you're probably asking, what's the updated, vocabulary book so I can stay updated? This is the updated vocabulary book, nigga. That's what it is. All right, that's what it is. I ain't giving you shit. There is no vocabulary book, but y'all think so. So I'm gonna let y'all keep thinking there is. All right, but in all seriousness, like this ain't it. This ain't it. If you've never seen a black person before, you never talked to one of us, we're a fucking person. But at some point in time, I'm starting to rethink. I'm starting to think maybe there is something special that truly is special and divine about black folks that got everybody else so fucking nervous. That I got everybody else to the point where they feel like they have to behave a certain way around us. That I think that's something that has been studied, but needs to be studied more. And I'm not the type of individual that's going to be like, people, this needs to be done, and then not try to dabble in it. So I'm saying, definitely going to want to try to study that. Because I feel as though no other group deals with that. Again, hi, hello, hey. The triple H's, right? The three H's or the triple H's, right? If you want an easy acronym for, the triple H here. And I'm not talking about Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I'm talking about hi, hello, hey. The triple H in greeting anybody, not just the black person greeting anybody. Hi, hello, hey. You could add a G in that. Good morning. When I was on my walk earlier today, a lady said good morning to me. I said, hi, good morning. I just said, hey, good morning, but still, no offense was taken from me or her. No lines were crossed. Nothing egregious was said. Interaction, respectful. Stranger, again, didn't know this lady. She didn't know me from nowhere. She didn't say, oh my God, I recognize you from YouTube. None of that. It was just a good morning from the both of us as we, again, walked right past one another. She was walking. This time she was the one walking, back toward the beach, and I was walking again. I was beginning my walk. So again, I was walking the trail, right? The beginnings of the trail. Still a respectful interaction. It can happen to a black person. People, non-black people, keep it fucking simple, stupid. That's another little slogan for y'all. There's hi, hello, hey, and keep it fucking simple, stupid. All right, we had to add an F to that kiss. So kiss, whatever. But Keep it simple, stupid. All right, for those who don't like the strong language, keep it simple. If you want to greet one of us, it's really that simple. But if you want to make it some big old elaborate thing because it's like, oh my god, my early 2000s handbook, black handbook said y'all talk like what's up, dog? What's cracking? What's popping, brother? I'm gonna ask you to burn that book. I'm gonna ask you to whoever wrote that book to either kick them in the nuts if it's a white man, slap him in the face if it's a white woman. Equality. But anyways, um, yeah, that's what I have to say here. All right, I got everything off my chest. Until next time, until next video, whatever topic it will be, it would not be a live stream likely, but this one needed to be said. Like I said at the beginning, I did this live because I wanted to at least give people the opportunity to ask questions. You can still do so watching the playback in the comment section below. Just don't be upset if one, you don't get a response, and two, it's not a timely response. All right. So yeah, later.